Hey guys, and Happy New Year's. It's New Year's Eve when I'm recording this. It's actually almost almost midnight here. So by the time I probably post this, it will be 2016. And of course, what a way to end 2015 by doing a review for a movie that I've been anticipating a lot. Uh, and that is The Hateful Eight. That's what I just came back from the theater from seeing. Um, Full disclosure for people that don't know me, because there are people watching this that never met me or anything like that. There are, there are people that I share this on Facebook, and a lot of people know me. And the people that know me know that if you were to ask me who's my favorite director alive today, I give you two names. One more is Martin Scorsese, and the other is Quentin Tarantino. Both are the two filmmakers I love and aspire to be. I love them. Almost every single movie they make. Every time they got a new movie, I'm out in the theater seeing it. Tarantino, I've loved everything he's done. Pretty much. I even like Death Proof, which I know a lot of people don't, hate, kind of, or call his weakest film. I think his weakest film was Jackie Brown, and that's a movie that I've only seen once, and I want to kind of watch it again because don't think I gave it a fair shake. I just don't know why I didn't like that movie. But I even have like box sets of all his movies. I have the box set 20-year anniversary of all his movies, and I have some of them on DVD too. That's how big of a fan of Tarantino I am. Ask anybody. Like anybody who knows me knows that I love Tarantino. So of course you got a new movie of his, The Hateful Eight. I'm fucking there. Like I've been waiting to see this movie all year since it was announced. Hell, I got a teaser trailer in front of Sin City: A Dame to Kill For back in August of last year, and as soon as I heard it was coming out in 2015, I was like, I'm fucking there. I want to know when it's coming out. They released that teaser trailer even before they even casted anybody, even started pre-production really. But yeah, I was hyped. It looked great. The trailers looked great. The reviews are pretty good for it. Not as good as some Tarantino movies have gotten received. But it's still getting well received for a Tarantino movie. And like I said, I was looking forward to this. And this was actually somebody. I was originally going to go with a buddy to see this. They like Tarantino as much as I do, but they had to back out at the last minute. And after I got out of the theater, I texted my friend after. I said, well, I just got out of Hateful Eight. That was interesting. That's what I wrote. Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. This movie was interesting. It's not Tarantino's best movie. I think Django's a better movie than this, definitely. There are a lot of things I love about this movie. There's a little thing that I'll get into a little later that bugged me a little bit, but not that much. I really did enjoy this movie. But like I said, it's not his best movie. That's a weird compliment. And I'm trying to decide right now if this will be making my top 10. Even though I love this movie, I think there's been a lot better movies out there this year. And that's not really saying, is because of all the good movies I've seen, I don't know if this will make my top 10, but we'll see by next week. My opinion changes every fucking week. Sorry, I got a drink here. Take a drink. God damn, the cast of this movie's great. You got some of my favorite actors alive today. You have Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Sam Jackson, Michael Madsen, Bruce Dern, did I forget somebody? Tim Roth. I said Kurt Russell, right? I hope that I said Bruce Dern, Tim Roth, Demian Bashir, just to name a fucking few, and almost every single one of those actors are some of my favorite actors. Kurt Russell, I fucking was just ecstatic to see him in a lead role again. I love Kurt Russell. He is one of the best actors, one of my favorite actors of all time. And the fact that we keep getting him back, I thought he pretty much retired because he hadn't been in anything in a long time. And then he's been in Furious 7 and now this, and he's like, maybe this is a comeback for him, which I hope it is. He's awesome. He's Kurt Russell in a fucking Western. If Kurt Russell was in a Western and playing a bounty hunter, this is what this character would be. He's awesome. He carries, he has oozes charisma, is really funny in parts, kind of intimidating as shit in a lot of other parts. He's fucking Kurt Russell. I love Kurt Russell. Also, while I would love to see a Kurt Russell Oscar nomination, I know it's not going to happen. There are two people I would, if I were to say that deserve an Oscar nomination, it would be one, Sam Jackson, who, holy shit, I said that about Django Unchained, that he should get an Oscar nomination, and he didn't. He should get an Oscar nomination. He seriously did. Some of his best work is in this movie. Like, he has, like, towards the last half of the movie, he has to carry this movie, and his performance is just awesome. I have never seen a guy be more intimidating than Sam Jackson in this movie. He is great. Like, his scenes, like, he has some really intense scenes. The most intense scenes in this movie involve him. Pretty much every single one of them. Only a couple here and there, maybe not. But, like, goddamn, his intensity is off the charts. And the person that probably will get an Oscar, and probably should, just because of what this person went through for this fucking film, is Jennifer Jason Leigh. By God, this poor woman went through hell in the making of this movie. She gets punched, she gets blood puked on her, she gets brain splattered on her, she gets beaten the shit out of by Kurt Russell and Sam Jackson at every fucking turn. Especially Kurt Russell. He breaks her nose, busts her lip, breaks her tooth. You're not a fan of, like, female violence, this movie isn't for you, especially the first half. But my God, it's like towards the end of this movie, it's like, just give this fucking woman an Oscar already. And she's great as, like, this crazy as hell woman. Like, I knew from the trailer she was gonna be great, and she is great. And I've heard, her get a lot of being one of the. A lot of talk of her being one of the favorites for Best Supporting Actress. I hope that's true. She is really great in this movie. She definitely deserves it. Listen, you got Bruce Stern's great in the scenes he's in as this ex-Confederate general who has probably one of the most memorable scenes in the goddamn movie with Sam Jackson. That scene, if you've seen the movie, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, because I'm sure that's the only thing anybody's going to be talking about by the end of the movie, is that one scene where Sam Jackson and Bruce Stern have a scene together, and it's greatly acted and intense as hell, and it's one of the most disturbing scenes probably in a Tarantino movie I've heard people say since the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. Honestly, it's just as bad. Let's just say that scene is just as bad. That's how bad. Like, that's all I'm gonna say about it. If you've seen the movie, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, even Bruce Stern. You got Bruce Stern. You got Michael Madsen, who at first I was kind of pissed because he was just kind of in the background. In most scenes, and it was like, really, I want to see more. I was worried that we're not going to see. We did get, like, great scenes where him and Kurt Russell are trying to intimidate each other. It's great. Like, I could watch those two act across each other any day of the week. Any of these actors act across each other any day of the week. I'd be fine with that. Yeah, but Michael Madsen does have a big part at the end. Also does Tim Roth, who Tim Roth at the beginning of the movie, I was almost determined that he would be one of my favorite characters in the movie. But either like Michael Madsen kind of falls in the background for a while until the very end. And Tim Roth, like, he was having a blast. You could tell he was having a blast. I love Tim Roth. I haven't seen Tim Roth in anything in a long time. Like I said, him, Michael Madsen, Kurt Russell, I'm like, why aren't these guys in more fucking movies? Like, it was bugging me. God, I am gushing about. This movie is well, like every Tarantino movie, it's well made. The scenery in this movie is like the establishing shots in this movie are beautiful as hell, especially at the beginning, like showing the wilderness. I now regret not seeing this in 70mm because that probably would have been awesome. I do kind of regret it now because I had a chance to see it tomorrow, but I couldn't. I didn't decide not to wait. And plus, the weather's not that great here, anyways. And I would have to drive a long way to go see it in 70mm. So I just decided to go to my local theater instead. But it is really well shot, really well made. What a shock. It's well written. He knows how to write very intense scenes. Very, very intense scenes. Like I said, there's that scene with Bruce Dern and Sam Jackson. There's this scene where Sam Jackson's just interrogating a bunch of the guys towards the end of the movie. It's really goddamn good. Like, he knows how to shoot scenes to make them intense and also write them to make them intense. Tarantino's like one of the, I still think one of the best writers alive today. He's not just, like, the fact that like there's a reason why he always wins best writer, best screenplay almost every time he's nominated. Yeah, this is pretty much. I would assume that he probably will this year too. What else was I wanted to say? Damn it. I guess just get into what I didn't like. And that, I actually heard a complaint from a person that the last half hour of this movie was where it kind of lost them. And that's where the reveal of what is going on. Because I will say this about this movie. I thought I had this movie thought out, like who the bad guys were and stuff like that. And it ended up I ended up being completely fucking wrong. And because honestly, it's one of those, it's pretty fucking obvious who the hell it. If you really sit there and look at the actors that are in this movie, you should pretty much figure out who the fucking villain is in this movie. It's pretty goddamn obvious, and it's like and that was the problem, because I kept thinking like something outside of the box, because I thought the person that ends up being the villain in this movie that I thought was just too obvious, but I think that's what Tarantino was wanting you to think, that it was too obvious. I don't know, but like it does kind of go in the obvious route because of, like I said, I'm just surprised I didn't really figure that out. Who the villain was. Also, it doesn't help. I know this is kind of getting into spoilers, but it doesn't help when you know that Channing Tatum's going to be in this movie. He's in the opening. His name's on the opening credits. I would have kept that secret. That would have been a cool reveal if I hadn't known beforehand, and even watching the opening credits, that he was in this movie. How even if he was not in the opening credits, his name was not on opening credits, I might have forgot, and I would have been surprised. But he is in this movie, and he has a big part in the end of this movie. Spoiler alert. And there was a lot of points in this movie because of like, when does he pop up? I kept just sitting there like, because there was also Zoe Bell was name was on the credits, and I'm like, when is she popping up? Yeah, they pop up at the same time, and they're very weird. I could see, I didn't have a problem with that last half hour. Some people did, although I do think it dragged on a little too long. I was like, okay, you can end it now. Come on, you're getting there. Like, I love Tarantino and he writes great dialogue, and he is very known for having very talk heavy movies, and this is a very talk heavy movie. Trust me, it is. But towards the end, I was like, okay, you can kind of wrap it up now, man. It's alright. You don't have to fucking just keep going and going. It starts like, okay, so I looked at my clock, I'm like, is this thing ever fucking gonna end now? And that was one of my complaints, is that, like, for first time in a long time, I was like, okay, this is dragging on a little too long. I didn't have a problem with Django's length. I was entertained the whole damn time. This movie is a little bit slow build. It is a very slow build at the first hour. It is, really. That is one thing I want to mention. It is a very slow build. And, like, it isn't until, like, about the hour and a half mark where it really starts getting crazy. And, like, a lot of surprising deaths start happening. I won't go into the one that I was really shocked by. I was like, that a certain actor dies pretty early in the movie, halfway through the movie, and I was really kind of like, oh, that guy sucks. But it didn't ruin the film completely. Yeah, it's kind of hard to go into without going into spoilers, so I apologize. I recommend this movie, of course. If you're a Tarantino fan, you're gonna fucking see it. It is great. I had a blast. I didn't regret seeing it at all. I'll put it in my collection of Tarantino movies. Of course, I like Death Proof and Jackie Brown, so why not? I like this better than Death Proof or Jackie Brown. I don't know what he's gonna do next. I hope he does like something other than a Western. I mean, I did laugh at. I was the only one who was laughing at. There was they kept smoking Red Apple cigarettes, and that's like a running gag for all his movies. And they even fucking mentioned Red Apple cigarettes. That kind of made me chuckle and smile. That was kind of cute, like a little nod to the fans. I don't know. Yeah, go see this movie. It is a little long of a sit, but I do kind of wish I did see it in 70mm now, but it probably would have been even more outstanding. Although I heard I didn't really miss much, other than like it was like a 20-minute intermission for some reason. As far as trailers go, I only got 2 new ones, and that they are the new Deadpool trailer, which I'm kind of looking forward to this. Because everybody keeps telling me how awesome character Deadpool is. The kind of the promotion for this movie is pretty goddamn good. I like it. The trailer was fine. I liked the trailer. Like, there was a lot of funny moments in it. But it is kind of weird that it for being like a breaking the fourth wall character. It's your basic story of where he's trying to save his wife from these evil villains and stuff like that. It's kind of your basic superhero story. It kind of turns into that. It kind of is kind of weak for like a character that's so unconventional, apparently. But it does look good. I'm like, Ryan Reynolds looks perfect for that role. He looks like he's having a blast. If he's as good as the movie's as good as like everybody tells me Deadpool is, I can't wait. And the other trailer I got was The Nice Guys. This looked like a kind of fun little film. It's being directed by Shane Black, the guy who made Iron Man 3 and a lot of other cop drama. He wrote Lethal Weapon and shit like that. It's Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, where they have to team up. They're kind of like cops that have to, or private investigators that have to team up to find this girl or whatever, and it looks kind of amusing. Russell Crowe looks like a badass. I like Russell Crowe just being a badass. I can get behind that. I like Russell Crowe. Ryan Gosling is really good. Yeah, he's a good actor too. He's gotten a hell lot better over the years. So yeah, it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. They look like they could have some good chemistry together. So there's that. I'll be back in a few days. I gotta do a couple more reviews. Probably the next review I'll be doing here is The Big Short. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.